love sweet gun bacon. Lobster's a 10, I told you grab it.
This video is brought to you by T-Blocks. Enjoy the content now, but stay for the shilling later.
I'm here with my buddy Goro,
Yeah, that's me.
and we are here to talk about chapter 51 or 41 of Dr. Stone. So, what do you think of this chapter with much less fan service?
Well, they did throw in that one-liner thing. Like, what was the one-liner? Crap. I have to look at it again.
What one-liner are you talking
Is
about?
like someone gave like a really like scrunched face? Like,
Oh, is it really
Is
okay?
it really- is it really okay for Lady Ruri to be swallowing something like that?
Which I guess, I don't know, it's so vague, you can take it as ecchi or not ecchi, but,
Yeah.
you know, to me, I thought it was fine. I didn't take issue with it.
Yeah.
But,
I guess it's okay.
it was a pretty good chapter and another solid run. I love the fact that this entire chapter had like a self-contained arc of like, ooh, what's her illness? Now that Seku finally gets the opportunity to, do a diagnosis of her.
Yeah, him playing as a house basically. That was pretty fun.
And then he's
He's using one of the glasses to like listen to, her lungs and on her back, and like the whole village being weirded out by that.
Yeah, that was a good scene, and he's worried that it's like tuberculosis, and it's like something that he doesn't have the capacity to like treat. And
yeah.
so there's a little bit of drama, and then he's doing the autopsy on the rat. But then he comes to the realization of what it is. It's pneumonia. The power of science can overcome that.
Yeah, and that was a touching moment because like when he said that all the hot water that Kohaku brought to Ruri wasn't like in vain at all. It was actually like slowing the development of pneumonia, which is really fun, really cool thing, because it means that her sister was basically saving her life this whole time for 18 years.
Yeah. It felt like it wasn't pointless. I like this chapter. I like how it tied that up. I liked everything else about it. I also loved, Riri running off as she, gets cured. And I loved, probably my favorite scene was like Kohaku saying, like, I believe in the power of science.
Yeah, that one was almost a little bit too cheesy for me, but
I liked it. That's sort of like, we believe it's not sorcery, it's science. Pro-science. I even love science.
It was kind of great, like the father like converting to like the power of science. He's just like, oh, it's a miracle, Ruri! And then he proclaims Senku officially as the chief of the village.
Yeah, and it was it felt super earned.
And that reveal. Reveal at the end after he proclaims it is like, you're the new chief of Ishigami Village.
And we learn that's his last name. Burr, burr, burr.
Well, technically his first name, if you think in terms of Japanese.
Well,
because, like, it's always like Uchiha, Sasuke. Sasuke is the name that, you say all the time. But Uchiha is like in front of Sasuke. You say it like Uchiha.
Go to the first chapter and see how he's introduced. Because I'm sure they gave him a little box for his name. I can't do it because it'll mess up the video.
Let me see.
Because, like...
Oh, God. Going all the way back to the first chapter?
Yeah, just when they introduce him.
Oh, snap.
Anyone in the comments below, give us a comment if it's cleared up, if Seku is his first or last name. Because if you guys can inform us...
They always call him Senku. I don't think they really said his last name. No one's ever really said his last name.
No, then you might be right about that. God, do we know Endurance Guy's last name?
Nope. Just Endurance Guy.
I feel like we do, but I mean, we don't even know the Endurance Guy's name. We just call him Endurance Guy.
We don't need their names.
No, we don't.
You don't need too much detail on their names.
But overall, this was another great chapter of Dr. Stone knocking it out of the park.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And I am very curious to learn the reveal of why Dr. Stone, the truth behind the name.
Yeah, why is the whole village named after Senku, basically?
Does it mean that, he has family that somehow managed to survive and, breed? Is Kohaku is actually, his great-great-great-great-great niece or something, or granddaughter?
Oh my god. And that whole, interaction between Senku and Kohaku in the very beginning, that would make it so much more awkward. It'd be kind of like a, not exactly Back to the Future kind of awkward, but yeah.
Possibly. We'll have to wait and see. But it'd be interesting if, Chrome and him are more than just buddies, and Nakama, if they're actually related by blood.
God, that would make so much more sense. I think. Maybe.
It would definitely be a cool twist, and I think it's not something I'd mind.
Yeah, and also they have to explain, how, when did, the first, when were these people, first active? How many hundreds of years ago? Because, Senku just woke up from his, rock sleep coma, right?
Mm-hmm.
From, the past. But these people have been, still, they had this village for, generations and generations.
Well, the interesting thing about all this is the fact that the stone plot has been not a focus of anything for a long time now, but then in the last panel we get the zoomed out shot of the village and we see some stone people, and it's sort of saying signaling that we're going back to this again.
Yeah. But there's a reason why this is called Dr. Stone.
Yeah. Which, honestly, I don't mind it, but, I think the science stuff is more interesting. How do you bring science back to a civilization without it?
Well, they also have to, cure all the people, right, too? And it looks like Senku lost that ability. He has to regain that ability now again. Wait, shouldn't his goal to be to revive more people now?
Assumingly, yeah, but he's got to get the Village of Science founded, and now he's got them all on his side. So assumingly he's going to expand his operations and start reviving more people.
Yeah, and he's got to get the exact right formula again in order to revive more people.
I don't think that'll be that difficult.
Primate Guy is the only one who has that ability at the moment.
Well, I'm sure he'll be able to recreate it with all his chemistry set and whatnot.
I guess, but remember how difficult that formula was, in the first place.
He was still able to do it. He's still able to come up with it, and now he's got 10 times more resources. I think once he knows the nitroglycic acid or whatever, he could easily replicate it.
All right.
So I don't think that's gonna be an issue. But I am kind of curious to see what the focus is if we go back to the stone mystery. But I hope we still get more science shenanigans.
Yeah. For me, this chapter was it was a solid 8.
Only an 8?
I mean, this is a very triumphant moment. It was almost a little bit. It was a little bit cheesy.
Oh, come on! It was
a little
earned.
bit cheesy.
It was 100% earned.
It did feel a little earned, but still, it was it was just a tad bit cheesy.
Screw you!
It couldn't sell it that super well to me.
I disagree. I think this is a 9. I'm the 9 I didn't give the last chapter. I'm giving to this one.
Really? A 9 for this one?
I thought it was a good, solid chapter with a completely self-contained story arc that managed to build tension, resolve that tension, and introduce a greater mystery.
Well,
And it made something dramatic.
Maybe I'm underrating it, but it just like, you know, I could sort of see like, yes, they beat the virus. I could see that happening, like, you know, even from the chapter before, like Senku solves the virus problem, and you know the father becomes like, oh, he at first he's like he hates Senku with a passion because he's like putting this weird stuff in his daughter's mouth. It's just like in a non-sexual way whatsoever. But then you know he grows to like him because he's finally cured Ruri of, you know, pneumonia, which was apparently, you know, the whole cause for waifuitis in the first place.
Yeah, we finally got waifuitis diagnosed. It's not waifuitis. It actually is a real world illness. Woo!
Yeah. Real world illness. It's like when I saw the father cry, and then like all of a sudden his whole personality changed to be like, now, yes, Senku's the man. He is gonna be the new chief of this village. I just thought it was tad bit cheap.
It was fine for me. I thought it worked perfectly. I thought it was earned. We had like 6 months of this, so this felt like a good payoff for that.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a good chapter. I thought it contained a lot of elements. Ugh, now Senku could give me something to relieve my congestion so I can breathe through my goddamn nose.
What are you taking for your congestion?
Ugh, like Dayquil. I have some Afrin here. Yeah, I'm gonna use the power of goddamn science.
Afrin's kind of bad.
Why is it bad? Why is this Senku's...
After 3 days of using that, your congestion gets worse.
It varies. You know, it just comes back. It's temporary relief. I'm going to use the second power of science so I can breathe through my goddamn nose.
It's strong relief, but it's strong temporary relief, but it gets worse, you know, the more you use it.
Now, hopefully...
It's kind of like one of those, like, crazy-ass Naruto abilities where you... It reduces your lifespan a little bit or something like that. It's like, you know, Amaterasu or some bullshit like that.
I will use the power of Afrin so I can make it through these video reviews. Unclog my sinuses, science!
Yeah.
There's got to be a good sticker for that.
Let's see if I can find one.
Science!
Be gone, just like, I don't know.
I think you could
have
something better.
I think I would.
Unfortunately, I can't use stickers without like disrupting my video feed, so that's the reason why you're not seeing me use stickers much. Hopefully, Zavo will have more fun with it with our new sticker videos. But
this is what lobster snot looks like. That's how many gallons of it are there.
Bad at this. Come on. There's like a fiery guy, you know, who's like fiery emoji passion. Why can't you use that?
Wait, which one is fiery emoji?
I don't know. I can't look through them.
There's this. This is what's gonna happen to lobster's sinuses.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, that's somewhat creative. All right, so, you know, 9 for me, 8 for you. You thought it was a little cheesy. I thought it was perfectly well earned. It was a great chapter with Dr. Stone. Mm-hmm. And, you know, Manga's going good. You know, it's going into next year, so we'll see if it keeps it up. So check out sponsor messages, usual stuff. And thank you for hanging out. And remember, lobsters and tennis, but don't you grab it.
Do you like clothes but hate shopping? Then T-Blocks is the subscription service for you. But I know what you're thinking. But Lobster, how is that any different than Loot Crate or the other subscription services? Well, T-Block sends you t-shirts, which is clothing, which is actually useful, unlike the useless swag junk that Loot Crate keeps peddling on gullible schmucks. And this isn't just knockoff brand crap. T-Blocks hooks you up with licensed shirts for all the stuff you love, because you need clothes. How else are you going to keep your puny human man flesh protected from the elements? T-shirts are useful for any occasion. Wear them, give them to friends, give them to enemies, knit them together, make a quilt. T-shirts are life. And you know the best part? It'll only cost you $6.99. That's right, you can get 12 shirts sent to you for once a month for only $6.99. And you know what? If ultra cheap licensed goods are too basic for you, then there's also the Community T-Block set, which features original designs from the best up-and-coming artists, so you can keep that hipster street cred. But I'm here to save you even more money! Use the code LOBSTERTBX at checkout, and you'll save 10% on any order. Be a t-shirt wearing god amongst mortals. Use the power of the most expensive seafood to get you the cheapest t-shirts now!
Magazine Fire!